We're at the world of Airventure, and today we're in the world of Jimmy on this episode of In the Hangar. Welcome to In the Hangar, a special Airventure edition of In the Hangar. I'm Christy Wong.
And I'm Dan Millican. We're here at the Flying Eyes booth. It's a lot of excitement, and we're sponsored by Flying Eyes, and you can get 10% off by using our discount code.
Jimmy's World.
Yeah, and already Jimmy
World.
jumps in. Our discount code Jimmy's World, which is spelled TAKINGOFF. So you get your 10% off by using that. Make sure you use it phonetically. So also we're sponsored by Colton Mortgages. If you're looking for that refi or that residential mortgage, check out Colton, takingoff.com and MPSprotects.com. These guys are pilots.
And speaking of pilots, we have one with us, I've been told.
Well, backing up on the mortgage thing, will they do a second mortgage so I can finance the rebuild of that 310?
You can do a residential mortgage, a second mortgage. You can't do a mortgage on a plane.
Well,
they don't do that.
Yeah, we'll just mortgage the
they did.
house off.
Oh, perfect.
Oh my God.
Yeah, perfect.
I would not recommend you do that.
No, I mean...
But if you do, go to coltontakingoff.com
Yes,
and then you
right.
can do that.
That's
and
right.
so you're mortgaging your houses and stuff and buying old hangar queens.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about what you do.
So we find airplanes that need some love. They need a life. Oftentimes they're the older gentleman that says one day, and then one day was 25 years ago, and it kept going and going. We found the 310 that made the channel really take off.
Taking
no pun
off,
intended.
yeah.
Taking off. Well, it hasn't taken off yet, but it will. We found it in a barn after 40 years.
Oh.
Wow.
The guy got it in 1975. He got his multi-engine in it. Then he was flying it for a couple years. In 1981, he was coming into land, and a car came across. There's the road that drives on some of these airports, and his left gear hit the car, had a gear collapse on landing, messed up the wing. Took him 2 years to fix everything up, rebuild the engines, and he flew it one time.
Wow.
And then it sat in that hangar since 1982. We found it about a year ago. Those engines only had 6 hours on them. We did a bore scope.
Wow.
You could still see the Sharpie marker on the top of the pistons.
Oh my
Where it
gosh.
had the arrows pointing front and the number of the cylinder and all that. And we took it out. There was about this much mouse poop and other animal creatures in there. We literally put a battery on it, primed the engines, threw some gas in it, and in 2 blades, both engines started.
No way.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe, and there was no editing in that. Did just that. We're like, well, that's okay. Let's see what we can do. And in the same place, had 2 other airplanes, an old Bonanza, and the Dr. Killer, and then Pablo, the Aztec.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot
Pablo's
of
a good name.
there's a lot of paperwork issues and all kinds of crazy stuff.
So is that why it hasn't flown yet,
Which one?
the 310? Or did it fly?
No. So
It's over gross weight with all the mouse poop.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Yeah. And we nicknamed it Mighty Mouse for that reason.
Oh, no.
So we, as any smart person would do, we took this very complicated airplane apart in Pennsylvania, hauled it down to Florida, thinking we would ever get it back together. And in the past year, we've got it back together. We got the engines back on, and we've ran it up and stuff. And no surprise to anyone watching, we ran into a bunch of other issues along the way. We realized, we had taken donations and stuff like that, so the plane is going to live on, and that journey of that plane is not over yet. We ended up finding another airplane out in California, another classic 310, that I had actually tried to buy before that 310.
Oh, wow.
About 2 years ago or so.
So you buy these airplanes?
That was one of my questions.
Yeah.
Is everything that you're doing, you buy them?
It's my own money.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
he's going to
I don't
need
get
that
stuff
mortgage.
for free.
He's already
Jason.
mortgaged the house.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Do you end up flipping them, or have you even gotten that far?
So the first one I did was a Cherokee 6.
Okay.
And that one, I never in a million years dreamed that this is what I would get to do. I got my Actually, I've only been a pilot for like a little over 2 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I joined the Florida Air National Guard as a midlife crisis, made it 6 days before the age cutoff.
Oh, wow.
So I was going through basic training and, tech school and all that with
As
a
the
bunch
old
of
guy.
17 and 8. Yeah, they called me Pops.
Oh, no.
And the drill sergeants would be yelling at me and all this. And I'm like, kid, you need to step your game up. I've been married for 17 years. You got to get better at it than this. So that was fun. That's interesting. And I still go. And like all my supervisors, I'm the oldest person in the building, not even.
Sounds like the movie, The Oldest Private.
It was. I'm an E3, baby. E3 Mafia right there. So anyway, so I got into flying because of the military stuff. And we have to drill once a month, play Army, and it's a 4.5-hour drive from where I live in Tampa to Jacksonville, Florida at the very top. And I hate that drive.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine was saying, well, just go get a little airplane. And I'm like, okay. So I took my medical, I took the written, passed that, and I went and bought an airplane before I ever even been in a GA airplane. And it, ironically, was right here at Oshkosh.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
It was a little Cherokee 180, and
Oh,
if you
great
go
airplane.
if you go way back in the videos, the first one where the Cherokee 6 shows up, I tell that story. I bought it. It was hangared at Appleton. We had it here, and then we flew it to Lakeland, Florida. My first time ever being in a little airplane, any sort of cross-country stuff, and it was from Oshkosh to Sun and Fun.
Okay, that's awesome.
And my instructor, Tim, he was like, this is a bucket list thing. And I'm like, what? Do they have this like little air show at Oshkosh or something? I don't get it.
Just a little gathering of pilots.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so I did that and did all my training, got my private and instrument in 5 months, and just busted it out flying like 3-4 times a week. Found this Cherokee 6 rotting away on the ramp at this airport that I land at. And everybody's always told me never ever buy an airplane to fix up. You'll go bankrupt doing it.
Right.
So naturally, what did I do?
That's
I bought
what you
it.
did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then I just took my cell phone out and I was like, hey, watch me go bankrupt putting this airplane back in the air. And
So-
people seem to like watching me make poor financial decisions.
So it sounds like it's easy to manipulate you. You just tell you
Yes.
something you don't, the opposite of what I want you to do,
You know
and
what?
you're going to do it.
Do not
Like
come,
2-year-olds.
Do
So-
not come to Denton, Texas then, because I know of an airport with a bunch of hangar queens. Don't come.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay, and whatever you do, do not promote taking off on your channel.
I will never promote taking off on my channel. Use code Jimmy's World when you buy your flying eyes.
All right, so let's get to the question. What do your fans not know about you, besides the toe fungus?
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's getting better.
Okay,
so I
good.
appreciate that. They may not know that my family is military family. Dad, 22 years in the Air Force. Grandpa, who I was named after, was in the Navy and Army. Go figure.
Wow.
And then I have been to all 50 states, and I was in 3 different second grades in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, 3 different second grades.
Is that why you're so lively and like outgoing?
Yeah.
because of the second grade?
Well, no, because he had
as
to make
far as I
friends
made it.
really quickly.
And after,
So I just gave up after
No,
that.
because
I misspelled train in a spelling
when
test.
you move around like that, you either like sink in
That's right.
and you're super introverted, or you have to make friends very quickly, so
That's
you
right.
become extroverted.
or the class clown. All right.
Yeah, that's right. And I project everything out here. Yeah.
So what is next for you?
More airplanes. So we've got, oh my gosh, somebody asked me how many airplanes I have now, and I said don't count because then you'll have a problem.
You're like, don't worry about it. Don't worry
yeah,
about it. It's
I don't
somewhere.
even want to know. But we have a T6 that I did buy that
my.
will be flying very soon.
Do you have any airplanes that you've worked on flown yet?
Well, the 310 that's here, the one from
I thought
California.
you said it hadn't.
No, the one
no,
from
no, that's Mighty
California.
Mouse. Yeah.
Okay.
So the 310 that's here, it's polished. It's in like the right behind the Boeing thing. It's like prominent display.
Nice.
I was really thankful they were able to get us in on that. Then we had the Cherokee 6. That was the first one, and that was a fantastic
Did
airplane.
you sell that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have been flipping some, at least to pay for. I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure this out. Like, does your family own a
How many
gold mine
kidneys?
somewhere?
How many
or-
kidneys do you have left?
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Yeah, none. So
Yeah.
that's no. So that kind of what I do is we find them, we fix them, we fly them, and then we find them a new home where they can continue to fly.
So it's not about flipping; it's about adoption.
Yeah, and we don't ever make any money on these airplanes.
Yeah.
If we do,
I
it's
understand
usually like
that.
this much,
Right.
and only because the airplane market is just insane right now.
Right.
But usually, if I can just get my money back out of it, then I'm good.
Well, you and I need to talk because I have an airplane in mind that I've been wanting.
Really, I have not heard this.
Well, yeah.
What you got?
She's got an old derelict Embraer 175
Oh
that
my
she
gosh.
wants to refurbish
No.
as a personal jet.
I've been,
I'd be okay. That'd be fun.
So I'm keeping the Warrior first and foremost. I want everybody to know that, but I'm thinking about getting something faster. Don't tell Brian, but I've been looking at a Comanche for a while. I want a 260 though, because I have to go
Ooh,
faster.
the
I have to go
260.
faster than Brian. That's
Okay.
that's the
No
that's the
400?
deal.
You don't want to
You
find the
know,
400?
If you're
We-
going to go faster, go faster.
You
Yeah,
can go
right.
big. I mean,
Go
we
big
want
or
to hear
go home.
all
If we
8
find
cylinders
find
going.
the right 400, but like the most bang for the buck in that I've researched is the 260. It's
is a
got the
commercial airplane ticket.
best. Yeah,
That's-
that too. No, it's standby actually.
It's right.
Standby. You may not get there when you want to, but you'll get there eventually.
Those
No,
Comanches, that's all. Those are
but
good.
a Comanche 260 is kind of what I've got my eye on. So I've been looking, kind of keeping my eye open for that. So maybe that's something you can help me with.
Yeah. We might know a guy.
Okay.
Might know a guy.
Nice.
Okay. I would
right.
like to talk to you about
Well,
that.
we're making connections here on In the Hangar.
And we have to have you out to DFW. Seriously, I'll take you for the world's best barbecue.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's the bar pretty high.
I'm telling.
No, you got to play. And you cannot have barbecue when you
You
come
can't
out.
have
You
barbecue.
cannot? Okay. I'm definitely having
That's all right. I keep
barbecue.
forgetting. I've got to
Right.
psychologically
You gotta-
manipulate him.
you gotta
Yes.
play.
Okay.
It's easy to do.
It's
All right. Well, maybe on an upcoming episode of Taking Off, we'll have you come. We'll actually go into some hangars.
Yeah.
And we'll look at some hangar queens.
I'm in.
Dude, that would be so fun.
That would be a lot
Could
of
you
fun.
imagine him, you, me, and Brian all on the same airfield at the same time, just shenanigans?
It'd be shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels like Indiana Jones when you open up some of these hangars because
Right.
there's no footprints, an
does.
inch of dust, and then whenever you're changing the parts, you're like,
If you get emotionally attached to aircraft like I do, I get unreasonably attached. I don't know why, but like I have looked at some of these airplanes and it's like tears. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and the thing is, like, I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
buy all of them. It's like Sophie's Choice. Like, which one do I take home with me? You know,
All of them.
All of them.
exactly, all of them.
Well,
They're
that's
all
what
good
you
airplanes.
that's what I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for Pete's sake, a MiG-15. Who in their right mind does that? This guy.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, we need to do that. All right, guys.
Jimmy, thank you so much for coming on and being in our world for just a short time.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much, you guys. It's been a
Yeah,
pleasure.
we appreciate having you. It's good to make see old friends at Oshkosh, but then make new friends as well.
All right.
Well,
Well-
thank you. Thank you to all of our sponsors for bringing us here. We couldn't do this without them, and we couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next time.
In the Hangar.
This is Jimmy with In the Hangar. We'll see you next time. You stay classy.
Stay
classy.
because you're kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Audrey, come on. Look how amazing I look. I look amazing with the mustache.
I was gonna say,